Violates Nuke. And it says, the Iranian President Hassan Rouhani warned the U.S. on Wednesday that there would be a serious reaction from the Islamic Republic if the Obama administration do not make good on promise to grant the country expanded sanctions relief under the recently implemented nuclear agreement, according to the regional reports. And this is what we're hearing about, wars and rumors of wars. Let's keep reading. It says, Rouhani's warning comes as the Iranian military boosts its presence in the Persian Gulf, with senior leaders declaring that the U.S. is terrified of the Iranian military prowess in the region. We should monitor and verify the other side performance. Rouhani was quoted as saying by the Iranian state-controlled media following a cabinet meeting in Tehran, focused on the nuclear agreement. If we see any lagging, it's like you're lagging, and shortages from the other side, we should certainly show serious reaction. So if this agreement doesn't go accordingly and things don't flow smoothly, then pretty much something's going to happen. Something major is going to happen, based on the threat that Rouhani is making against the U.S. What's going on?
What's the news? You have some good news.
Right. This is not a joke, man. This is not a joke. If you're coming out here to joke, I'm not joking around. If you got something to say, and I'll deal with it. But if this is not a joke. You know, this is the reality. What you have to understand is that this is going to happen.
That's what you're talking about. Are you talking about Revelations, the last days?
Right.
Judgment by fire.
Absolutely. Well, I'm not dealing with Revelations at the moment, but, you know, I can get them.
I'll leave you.
All right. You know, and that's just the thing, man. I mean, you know, you could come up and ask questions or whatever, but you got to be serious, man. You got to be real about this thing, because this thing is serious. The things that I'm talking about, you know, it's going to come to pass. And I'm not saying that to be braggadocious, it's just what it is. But the very few of us see what's going down. So, I mean, you have to take this up. You have to take things seriously, man, because great, severe things are going to happen. You know, so that's what I got to say, man. I'm going to continue on. So it says, Rouhani issued warning after Iranian foreign minister. Let's jump ahead of this. It says we should monitor and verify the other side's performance. Rouhani was quoted as saying by the Iranian state-controlled media following cabinet meeting in Tehran, focused on the nuclear agreement. If we see any lagging and shortages from the other side, we should certainly show serious reaction. So that's the threat to the U.S. That's the threat to our big ass Obama. Okay? Rabbit ass Obama, that is. How we didn't deal with Obama, man. Obama is nothing but a puppet. Obama is not our people. Alright, he's a Hamite. That's what he is, he's a Hamite, man. So let's keep going. So it says, Rouhani issued a warning after Iranian Foreign Minister Javad Zarif and the Secretary of State John Kerry held a meeting in New York to discuss Iran's frustration over what is claimed is a lack of access to international markets following the nuclear deal. The Iranian leader in recent weeks have begun working with the European partner to pressure the Obama administration into granting Iran access to the U.S. financial system and dollar, right? Which they don't really need the dollar because the dollar's going downhill. The dollar ain't worth a damn thing. The Obama administration moved to reassure Congress that this type of access will not be granted to Iran as part of the nuclear deal. The Iran Foreign Ministry said that Kerry and Zarif discussed that these issues during the powwows in New York on Tuesday. And it says, different issues related to the implementation of the U.S. undertaking and removing obstacles to Iran to fully use the nuclear deal's advantage were discussed during the Tuesday meeting. All right? But the main point of the matter is that Iran is threatening. Because really what Iran is capable of doing is getting at Israel. Who's the Prime Minister of Israel? Benjamin Netanyahu. And him and President Rouhani, which is the Prime Minister of Iran, them two are getting at each other. All right? Them two are getting at each other. But what's going to happen is the Israelis are going to lead America into the Third World War, as it states in the prophecy that the least of the flock shall draw them through. So here it is, you have the Prime Minister of Iran and the Prime Minister of Israel, of the Israelis, the modern Jews, which are not the real Jews anyway. Okay, they talking against one another. It's really what Israel wants to do. Israel wants to take Iran off the map, and vice versa. But that's not going to happen. What's going to happen is Russia's going to get involved in that. The big boys are going to get involved in that. America's going to get involved. And China. All right? Those are the major big boys that are going to get involved in this war. That's going to set this thing to shoot forward. And that's the prophecy. That's what we're dealing with, man. That's what the reality is going to show forward. I'm going to find. And this is Jeremiah 16, verse 14, because I want to continue on the last verse that I was reading, based on how our salvation is nearer than when we believe. But this is how our salvation is going to be. And it says, Jeremiah 16, verse 14, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said that the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, because we all know about the history of the Israelites, how they were delivered from the hands of the Pharaoh, which I believe it was Pharaoh Thutmose the third, I believe it was. So he was delivered out of the hands of the ancient Egyptians, based on their power. He was delivered. Okay, and what the Lord did was the Lord brought forth many different places through Moses. So that's well remembered. Everybody knows about that. But what people are also going to remember is how we got delivered from the land of the north, which is North America. All right, because that's where the multitude of our people are at. And that's where the main salvation is going to take place, and the main judgment is going to take place, in the land of the north. All right, so it says, but the Lord, let me read that again. It says, Jeremiah 16, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said that the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Okay? But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands where they had been driven. So not only are they going to be delivered from North America, but from all the lands which they have been driven. So that's also going to be world renowned. When our kingdom is set up, when the next world is set up, that's going to be remembered. All the nations of the world, that's going to be remembered how we got delivered from whence we were scattered, and also North America. Just like it is also remembered that we was delivered out of Egypt, out of ancient Egypt. You see? So it says, but the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the land where they had been driven, them, and I will bring them again into their land, and that I gave unto their fathers. So the Lord is going to bring them back to the original land thereof, which is Jerusalem, which you have nothing but implants occupying that land today. You have nothing but implants that are occupying that land today and destroying the land. And just based on this Third World War, they're going to get juiced out of the land, blowing them out of the land, okay, and we're going to return into the land and build back the desolate cities of that land. But we're not going to build that city back per se. We're going to use the other nations to do it, pursuant to Ezekiel the 38th chapter. All of the other nations that had us under the vision, we're going to have them as our servants, and they're going to do the work. That's the beginning of us building that empire, that civilization, the kingdom of heaven. So let's read it again. It says, but the Lord liveth. Let's read verse 14 again. We're going to read this whole thing again. This is Jeremiah 16 and verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither they had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave them unto their fathers. And that's how you know that those people that's called themselves Jewish, they can't be the people. Because the Jews scattered abroad out of their land. And it also states in the scripture that when the real people get in the land of Israel, you're not going to hear no more wars and no more sorrows. Okay, I'm roughly paraphrasing, but that's what's going to happen. When the real Israelites get into the land, there's going to be peace. There's not going to be no more war and all that. So that further validates that those people that's calling themselves Jewish, which they wished it was a Jew, and which the word ish is pertaining to something that's trying to be something like that. Okay? So they're not the real people. They're nothing but implants, okay, and trying to perpetrate a fraud. That's exactly what they are. So let's get Jeremiah 16, verse 16. It says, behold, I will send many fishers, save the Lord, and they shall fish them. And that's what we're doing right now. We're fishing you. What are we fishing? The word. We're fishing our people the word. Okay? So what the fishers right now is the stats. And it says, and after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain, from every hill, and out of the holes of the rock. That's right. That's right, man. And that's what it's going to come down to, because this is a dual job. Because right now we're fishing, but there's going to come a time where the Lord is going to give us that spirit back. That spirit, so what we're going to do basically do a lot of dirt and destruction out there. That's the uncomprehendable spiritual power. And we're going to tear certain people to shreds, man, out here, man, when that time comes. But what we got to do is we got to wait ye upon the Lord till that happens. So this comes with a dual job. So it says, for my eyes are upon all of their ways, and they are not hid from my face. Neither is their iniquity hid from mine eyes. So the Lord sees every sin that they commit. And the Lord is going to repay the sins that you have done. Okay? But I want to dive right back to the salvation era, because the only people that can receive the salvation also is the nation of Israel, which we're going to get that in Isaiah 49. Isaiah 40 and 15, I believe it is. So this is Isaiah 40, no, that's not. Right, here we are. It's Isaiah 45, verse 17. So it says, Isaiah 45, verse 17, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. He shall not be ashamed or confounded, world without end. So the Lord is only going to deliver the nation of Israel only, which that's just Bible 101. That's just basic, you know. The Lord ain't coming to deliver everybody. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find me another article to read. I'm going to change the spirit a little bit more.
Do you think they got off the wrong stuff?
Oh, yeah. So now we're going to read this now. Now we're going to read about Obama, how Obama is going to try to vows to deter the Iranian aggression. Because Iran threatened Obama, saying that if this nuclear deal doesn't go accordingly in a smooth manner, then the reaction is going to be severe. So this is why Obama went down to Saudi Arabia to talk to them Saudis down there now. So it says Obama vows to deter any Iran aggression on both states. And this is coming from the Al Jazeera News, dated on 22nd of April 2016. So it says, the U.S. will deter and confront aggression against the Gulf Arab countries, which continue to have concerns about threats from Iran. President Barack Obama said after the meeting their leaders to iron out strains in their alliance. I reaffirm the policy of the U.S. to use all elements of our power to secure our core interests in the Gulf region and to deter and confront external aggressions against our allies. So this thing is getting heavy. Let's keep going. So it says, Obama said in Riyadh on Thursday after the summit with the Gulf Cooperation Council, the GCCC, excuse me. Even with the nuclear deal, we recognize collectively that we continue to have serious concerns about Iranian behavior. Okay? Because as I previously read in the article, the Prime Minister of Iran, which his name is Rouhani, I forgot his first name, but he made a threat saying if this nuclear deal doesn't go according to plan, then the reaction is gonna be severe. So in other words, he made a threat, which I can get that in prophecy also. So it says, there was no denying the strains of that have afflicted the ties between Washington and the Gulf countries. Though they have continued to work together on shares concerned such as the war in Syria, Iraq, and Yemen. But what is true between the U.S. and the GCC, as is true with all of our allies and friends, is that at any point of time there are going to be differences, Obama said. The GCC states believes that the U.S. has pulled back from the region during Obama's presidency, giving more space to Iran. They were also upset by Obama's remark in a magazine interview that appeared to cast them as free riders in U.S. security efforts and urged them to share the region with Tehran. Okay? So, let's keep going. It says, and Obama came to Saudi Arabia hoping to allay the Gulf states that failed by Iranian influence.